April 25th, 2015, 11:56 a.m., Kathmandu, Nepal. I was training a group of customer service professionals when the earth shook vigorously under my feet. The 7.9 Richter earthquake had shaken up not just our homes and our cities, but also our lives and our dreams. Training stopped. Luckily, I managed to get a cab to take me back home. The streets were a sea of shocked people. Amidst all the chaos, the only thought I had was of my then 7-month-old son. Was he okay? Luckily, he was fine. My husband was traveling to the southern part of the country and phone lines were very disturbed. I spent that night in a friend's garden with many other people. Through the night, we all shared everything we could. Drops of water, bits of food and stories. Stories that we were expecting an earthquake 32 times more intense than the previous one. I knew I was going to die. Halfway through the night, something inside me snapped. I knew I couldn't give up. My baby deserved a chance at living. Early in the morning, I rushed back home to collect my things because I decided to leave the country. Because with a tiny baby in my arms, I was a helpless liability. I went back home, and on the roads, people walked like zombies. No one made eye contact with one another. It was grey and overcast. It felt like death. It smelled like death. I managed to get to the airport and I bought a ticket to Bhadrapur. I remember waiting at the airport and the entire building shaking above me at times. I sat in a corner, crouched, protecting my son under me. After what seemed like forever, finally we were called to board the flight. We sat on the flight and just as we were about to take off, the entire aircraft rocked from side to side. Another earthquake, this time 6.3 on the Richter scale, had struck. Our flight was cancelled. I cried all the way back to the terminal. I sat helplessly in the terminal and I heard an announcement that all Indian citizens were being rescued by the Indian Army. I decided to go on that flight. As the flight took off and we left Kathmandu, I was crying. I don't know if they were tears of joy or sorrow or regret, and I guess I never will. 3 hours later, we landed in Delhi. People were cheering. I was cheering too, but inside of me, I was shattered. It has never been such a bittersweet experience coming back to my home country. The staff and the arrivals on the ground were very hospitable. I asked for juice and a wheelchair. We had run out of diapers and I was peed upon, broken and tired. I had my baby in my arms, but I couldn't even connect with him. I stared into nothingness. Seeing this, the old limping man who was pushing my wheelchair told me in a tired but happy voice, "Madam ji, चिंता मत करिए, सब भूल जाइए, अब सब सही हो जाएगा." We got into a conversation. I asked him if I could borrow his phone and make a call. He immediately handed me his Nokia 1100. But he said, "Ma'am, missed call करिएगा, balance नहीं है." I made a missed call to my mother. She called back immediately. We spoke for 2-3 minutes. And within those 2-3 minutes, there were at least 7-8 calls waiting on the number. I handed back the phone to the guy. Immediately it rang again. He picked it up and said, "कोई बात नहीं, कभी कभी तो लेट से आता हूँ, तुम लोग मेरे बिना ही केक काट लो, कुल्फी मैं लेके आ रहा हूँ." My cousin had come to receive me at the airport. The attendant dropped us till the car and made sure we were seated comfortably. In gratitude, my cousin tried to offer him a small tip. He refused. And he said, "अगर आज ये पैसे ले लूँगा, तो अपने आप को इंडियन नहीं बोल पाऊंगा." I was speechless. He used the word Indian, but in that moment, nationality did not matter. He could have been Nepali, Indian, or even Australian. I didn't ask for his name and I've forgotten his face. But that nameless, faceless man taught me that he was just being human. In that moment, that seemingly ordinary person proved to me something extraordinary. That even in the midst of despair and hopelessness, goodness still lives in this world. This is a story that needed to be told. But more than that, this is a story that needs to be heard. Because we live in times when we're trained to ask and expect. Yes, we should expect from the government. But isn't it our duty to also ask ourselves what we can do for society? If each one of us, every teacher, every tattoo artist, every leader, did just a bit extra and expected just a bit less, I'm confident we can transform not only our cities and our lives, but also our world. And maybe, just maybe, if we all decide to sometimes walk that extra mile, we could give somebody hope to go on the darkest day